Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah, Koholo Yamla, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yahchanan Nawah, just coming at you with another quick lesson and praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I don't know why they have this entitled COVID, but it's from the Daily Mail. Of course, they put things together. We know what it is. So, but it's about the monkey thingy, the orangutan, that silverback gorilla that they talking about over there in Africa. So this is from the Daily Mail. It says Pope Francis declares spread of the mpox a global health emergency as Africa is finally set to receive the first batch of vaccines. You know what that is, that jump shot, right? So it's a few things in the article that stick out, but we already know what it is, man. That's why we say, let me grab a quick scripture real quick. Let's see here. Matter of fact, yeah, let's get that Second Corinthians 20:11. I'll read it in a few different versions. It's pretty much about the same, but give a little more clarity. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. See, we're not ignorant of the fact that, okay, it's election time. It's about to get cold, of course, you know what I'm saying? They generally offer those jump shots around, the time of the fall, when people start to kind of get those little sniffles and things of that, little, the FLU type symptoms, you know what I'm talking about, or just COLD symptoms, But in the NLT, the New Living Translation, it says, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. So we're familiar with the way this man gets down. That's if you're in this truth and the Spirit is dealing with you, man, because the Lord, he's going to show you on a day-to-day basis, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're reading. That's why the scripture talks about blessed is the man that read. Because the Lord said to watch and pray. He said to measure thou the time diligently. So if you're doing that, what you're going to see is things starting to add up. Like, we see how he moves. The Lord is going to show you how your enemy moves. You know what I'm saying? And then when you see it, you instantly know. Then then we report on it. We warn the flock like, hey, danger's coming. So now I want to read a couple of different versions of this. You got the BBE. I'm not sure exactly what that stands for exactly. So that Satan may not get the better of us, for we are not without knowledge of his designs. That's a good one. And we're not. This man, he's been running the same play for the longest. It's just that people get caught up in, he's expert at that play. It's just, it's almost like a unstoppable play that he's been pushing. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, has set the men up to watch, as watchmen. But we can see through the play. We know when he's running it. It's like, you're watching a football game. You got a coach. And he's like, oh, they're running this, they're running that. And they'll switch up something or yell something, audible, whatever the case may be, and they counter that particular play. And that's pretty much what we do in the Spirit. You got the ERV version, easy to read version. I did this so that Satan would not win anything from us. We know very well what his plans are. See, that's a good one too. We know very well what his plans are. The good word translation says, I don't want Satan to outwit us. After all, we are not ignorant about Satan's scheming. See? So this is all pretty much crafty shit. And we'll see how it flows. But I wanted to mention this because when you get the Pope talking shit, when the Pope is out here addressing stuff, then that's a part of crafty counsel. That's pretty much a scheme of theirs. It's not going to be no problem, because I'm not sure how many Catholics it is in the world, but this shit is quite a bit. It's millions, man. It's millions and millions of people that that listen to what this man says, and he can say, hey, look, you need to line up and do this, and this. And a lot of people are going to do it, and especially Northern Kingdom. Our Israelites, from the Northern Kingdom, man. Because they're heavy into that Mother Mary spirit, and they're heavy into kissing the hand of the Pope and all this other silly shit, man. And it's really idolatry, but our people are deep in saturated in some of this stuff, man. So we have to warn our people, hey, look, when you get leaders like this talking shit, beware. Okay, it says the Pope has declared the deadly outbreak of the mpox a global health emergency. Who are you to declare it as being that? You're not a fucking doctor. Who gave you the message to pass on? Did who call you up and say, hey, you need to do an international message, And we know how they go, how they get now. You ain't no telling how they'll spin this. See, who you got involved here? Who? The World Health Organization also declared the outbreak of a new strain. It's always a new strain, a global health emergency earlier this month as African countries such as the Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC, saw cases soar. Pope Francis mentioned the mpox during his weekly Sunday prayer. See? Speaking in St. Petersburg Square, the pontiff said, I pray for all the infected people, in particular the population of Democratic Republic of Congo so affected. I express my closeness to the local churches, most touched by this disease. mpox is a potentially deadly virus that causes flu-like symptoms, followed with painful pus-filled lesions across the body. Yeah, it's a nasty thing, man. What the scriptures talks about in the last days, Yahushua spoke of pestilence being out here as well. So don't get me wrong, it's shit out here. Don't get me wrong. But we also know that Esau Edom, hey, he's in control of these things, man. This man, hey, he has all kinds of labs all over the world. All over the world where they just be playing with shit, man. Matthew 24:3, let's start there. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, and the true name of the Lord is Yahushua. We use the true name of the Father and Son, Yahweh and Yahushua, and they are two separate entities. They're not the same. You have the Father. A father can't be a son, and the son can't be the father. That's common sense in itself. But that seems to be a big thing amongst Israel right now with some of these camps. But the letter J was invented in 1524 by a grammarian named Trissino. Yep. A grammarian named Trissino. And he invented that letter, or the sound of it, in 1524. So there was no letter J when the Lord walked the earth. So you have to get even that's crafty counsel from Esau. You got to get away from that Jesus crap, because that's idolatry. When you really go into the scriptures, and it's really simple too. It's really idolatry, because nowhere in the scriptures it describes the Lord as being a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy. First off, then we can explain. We're clearly, all you got to do is Google when was the letter J invented. You're going to see that it was invented in 1524, 500 years ago. So if it was, if the letter is only 500 years old, and the Lord walked the earth 2,000 years ago, you ought to question yourself and say, well, hey, well, all right, well, there was no letter J then. So where do we get this Jesus stuff from? And there's other breakdowns on it. Brothers have done breakdowns on the name, but there was no letter J when the Lord walked the earth. And then when you look in the Greek, it was a transliteration of his name, which is Iesus or Iesus. The Lord is not a Greek man. He wasn't Greek. He was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Yahudah, or of Judah, or what they would say, because there was no letter J. The original name of the tribe of Judah is Yahudah. So he was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Yahudah, and his name was Yahushai when you go up into the name that Gabriel gave for them to name him. And it's really simple. You just got to look things up, man, because that's crafty counsel. And a lot of our people in the northern kingdoms that'll listen to this guy, the Pope, they'll listen to him because they're so familiar. Now they'll actually say Asus or whatever they call him. They generally don't say Jesus. They generally will use the Greek transliteration Iesus or whatever. but they're so embedded into it and so saturated with that shit. They got that shit all over their houses. You know, you can ride by. Matter of fact, you can ride by Issachar, or you'll see Issachar at a stoplight or something like that. And he got that shit all on the dashboards. Rosary beads hanging off the damn rearview mirror. Probably a Bible open to Psalms 23 in the back of the window seal or whatever. You know, they're real strong and heavy into that Mother Mary spirit, man. And it's real idolatry that our people really have to get away from. Because, see, it's nothing for this man to say, hey, you guys, you know, he can just give an order, basically. And they're going to go out and listen to him. So what's the next step? He can give an order when the MOTB comes out and people are lined up and get to going and getting that shit, man. Not knowing no better because they're not reading the scriptures. That's why, again, the Bible says, blessed is the man that reads. And a lot of Christians don't read, man. They pretty much, they kind of parrot what they hear, you know, and you know, they quote the most famous of your scriptures, of course, John 3:16, you know. Well, you'll hear these Christians, you know, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You know, you ain't getting no results. And the crazy part is too, though, the Lord allow Satan to trick your ass like that for believing like that. But anyway, let's move on because I want to get to the pestilence here. But this is some of the things that the Lord spoke of when the disciples asked him what would be happening before his coming. Matthew 24:4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, or the anointed one, that, you know, verbatim in here it says Christ, and shall deceive many. So the Pope, he's one of those ones that can deceive many because he has that stature. This man, hey, this man got probably better protection than the president, or equally similar too. Like, for real, like this I mean, he has worldwide status, man, of millions and millions and millions of people of all different nationalities at that. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. What do we, you got this Hezbollah and Israel shooting back and forth between each other, I think yesterday or the day before. That's starting to escalate. Then again, you got to keep in mind this election that's coming up, man. This election, with all the bullshit, you know, the bread and circus of the election, you know, you got your concerts going, because pretty much that's all they are. You know, especially with the Democrats, a damn concert. You just going to see a shitty concert with a bunch of damn black women standing around, you know what I'm saying, clapping and cheering for abortion rights. You know, that's pretty much it, man. But on the Republican side, they doofy as hell. It's just it's like going to a white church. No movement, no rhythm, no nothing. But anyway, you got that going on. Wars, rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See, we're not to be troubled by these things, but these things trouble a lot of people. And we applaud it. You know, we know things are going to get rough. We're praying for the spirit to just be callous as shit, man, when it comes to this place. You know, just forget about it. Just leave everything behind, man. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All of these are the beginning of sorrows. It's been earthquakes all over the place. It's famines all over the place, especially in Gaza. Pestilence all in Gaza and other places. It's famines and pestilence in these African nations that they talking about. And see, Esau, he don't have no problems testing out shit on y'all nations, man. Yep, and that word nation goes off into ethnos. Ethnicities, basically. Kingdom against kingdom. Let's get this word. Pestilence, though, is let me see.
Strong's G 3061. Loimas.
Okay, Loimas. Okay, all right. G 3061. Pestilence. Pestilent fellow. Pest. A plague. See. A plague, literally the disease, or figuratively a pest. Yeah, man, a plague. Let's see, though. Get a definition on the word plague. a contagious bacterial disease characterized by fever and delirium, typically with the formation of buboes, bubonic plague, and sometimes infections of the lungs. Uh, some of these similars. It says to afflict, uh, bedevil, damn, cause suffering to, torture, torment, trouble, beset, dog, curse, track. Okay. Well, they pretty much have an epidemic disease causing high rate of mortality. So, hey, I mean, it is what it is. And you know, Bill Gates and them, man, they over there. Of course, I don't know how he ends up everywhere as if he's the world doctor. I just don't get it. You know, he it's like it's as if he's in control of the world of medicine. You see what I'm saying? And that shit don't make no sense. But I mean, hey, what can you say? These are the places that they go to. These darker racer countries. They see that they're already in you know, in the low. You know, they're already doing bad, so to speak, and then they come through. And then you just never know why they even doing bad to begin with. Because Esau, hey, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Esau, we know this man tests stuff, man. It's his story. It's his. He has a history. He has a background of testing stuff out on people, especially the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's why Jake didn't want to take that COV-19 jump shot right off the jump when they first came out with it, because, you know, of course, the Tuskegee um, report came out, so to speak, you know, as far as them talking about how they tested syphilis on Jake, and just a bunch of other places, man. They sterilize people. They do all kinds of stuff, man. And ain't no telling, man, what's really going on. You know, hey, see, we're gonna see everything in the kingdom. The Lord is gonna show us every single piece of wickedness that these people have done to us, man. And that's probably what's gonna kick in, how we're really gonna double up. Real backdrop of the shit that they was doing, the real plans, that's gonna piss Jake off to the point of really putting the rods on their asses, man, in that captivity that they're going into. And that's pretty much where they're going, man. But let's go back though. I mean, I seen this and I was like, you know, I didn't want to go too graphic with it, because you know how Esau get down. But yeah, man, that's a nasty looking hookup. But check this out though. I seen this part of it. Okay, this says this is a woman receiving the shot. The shots are readily available in over 70 countries, but in African countries such as the DRC, which has seen over 17,000 of the confirmed 18,000 cases, the shot is not easily available. To tackle the outbreak, 10,000 new vaccines are set to be donated by the United States. So well, we already knew they had it, but they got it on deck. They got enough to actually give some away. They got that. Trust me, they're not giving away none, and they don't have enough for you other 350 million Americans. But trust me, they got them things on stock. They got them on stock, and it's nothing for them to, you know, implement a law. You fuck around and it's gonna be up 6 feet distancing, diapers back on your face. You know what I'm saying? You can't come out can't come out your house at this time. Whatever the case may be, man. Okay. Uh Instead, they have been reliant on donations of shots from wealthier nations. Okay. So yeah, all the wealthier nations, which are, you know, them would be like your NATO nations, your EU nations. Esau's set up his society overall, man. He got them things on deck for y'all. It says if countries fear an outbreak in their own nation, international agencies fear the little shots. The vaccines, which are reaching the most affected countries, could soon dry up. So you know they got them boys in play, man. The Guardian reported that Africa's CDC, Central Disease Control Center or whatever, said it needed 10 million doses if the continent is to get grips with the outbreak. Helen Reeves, a member of the African CDC mpox emergency committee, said it was really outrageous that Africa had again been left behind during a rush to secure vaccines, likening the situation what happened during the COVID pandemic, right? The WHO asked manufacturers of the mpox vaccine this month to submit information so it can receive an emergency license. It has urged countries to continue donating vaccines until the process. See? And so, hey, man, just be on the lookout, man. Just be aware. Yeah, that's all I wanted to pretty much do with this lesson. Because, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. And this man will get down on you. And it's just never can tell, man. We're just praying to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua for mercy and overall preparations, man. Try and be as prepared as we possibly can, Even though we go day to day with the Lord, we know that, the Lord handles our day-to-day bread and our day-to-day living and things of that nature. But today, he may give you some idea to prepare for something in the future, you know. You might have to, so if you got some gas cans in the garage and you can afford some of this high-ass gas, you might have to get you a can or two. Put on deck just in case, Because generally, that's a lot of stuff that pretty much people run through, man, when things get hot. They hit them gas stations, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to get, and then it's just chaotic anyway. You don't want to be dealing. If you can afford to, throw a couple more foods in your house, you know what I'm saying? You got a freezer, or, just, buy a couple extra things, whatever you need, man. Get you some damn alcohol, some peroxide, whatever whatever you deem fit, by the Spirit, man, to grab if you can. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. We don't put our trust in it, though. You know what I'm saying? We trust in Yahweh about with things. I have to use wisdom out here. But this is Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Yeah, you're living in some real evil times, man. And New Living Translation says, Salakia says, so be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, but like those who are wise. Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. Yeah. Let me see. I want to get one more. I'm on my other phone here to the side here. Let me get this. I want to get it in the. Let me see if they got it in the ERV version. Yeah, it says so be very careful how you live. Live wisely, not like fools. Those are evil. Yeah, man. So just wanted to just touch on this because the scripture talks about being not ignorant of any matter, whether great or small. So this may seem small, but hey, this is a part of end days prophecies, man. We know what this is all leading up to, because they're gonna have to come with the scare. It just depends on which scare they're gonna come with. They've been talking about all these different, man. They've been talking about all kinds of shit, all kinds of stuff, man. As far as new ways to make you feel without ease. I'll put it that way. Yes. Ease as, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, these people about to get down, man. So I just wanted to touch on this real quick, man. I pray that this lesson was edifying with that. Kwame Yashala, in the Bible Boy.